Alright, thanks for clicking on the video. This is Gulpane, back again just with a quick 5 games that I think could be remade or remastered with modern graphics, or else just remade like Resident Evil 2 Remake for the PlayStation 1 this time, so let's have a look. Alright, so the first one is Twisted Metal. So I'm not overly familiar with Twisted Metal, the game for the PlayStation 1. I know it's like a car combat game. I think I played it a couple of times years ago, but I can't remember. But just from seeing like the new TV show about it, it seems to be very popular, and it seems to be like a property that, you know, someone could make a really good game out of. So instead of making like a remaster of it, make a completely new game where it's kind of like Mad Max or something, like Mad Max for PS4. That game. So have it the focus on car combat, have the focus on kind of doing up the cars and like leveling up the cars, and like having the, you know, the funny characters from Twisted Metal, and like Samoa Joe in the show, he could be like, you know, I'm sure he wouldn't cost that much money, he could be like the main person in it, you know, like he could I think his voice is good enough to do that. I don't know why they got Will Arnett to do the voice of Sweet Tooth. I think it should have been Samoa Joe, because his presence and voice, like he's a huge guy anyway, but his voice is really good, so I don't know why they didn't do that. So have it like a Mad Max style open world game, kind of on car combat, and you can drive around to different areas, you can challenge different people, you can do runs like the guy in the show does. I can't remember what the main guy in the show's name now is, but and you can go to like the different locations from the TV show as well. I think that'd be a really good game. Obviously it was made very well. And then the second one, then continuing with the sort of the car combat, Destruction Derby for the PlayStation 1 was a very good game, I remember. Very fun, like, because there wasn't like I don't remember playing a game like that before, and at the time it was like, you know, the graphics looked amazing, and now they look like, you know, like they look awful now, but at the time it looked really good. But that sort of like Destruction Derby, I think that was popular years ago. I'm not sure if it's like stock car racing, I'm not sure that's popular now, but I think like some sort of like management game where, you know, you have like a team of Destruction Derby cars, and you have to basically, like, you know, you can race as one of the cars, or else you can control them as a team. And kind of like Pro Cycling 2009 on PSP, but like a bit more involved, because that game isn't very good, but the idea of it is very good, where you have like, you control the team, and you have to like pay you know, like cyclists and all that. But on this one you'd pay drivers, and you'd upgrade their cars, and you could simulate the Destruction Derby yourself, or else you could like drive individually yourself as well. I think there's a lot of scope for something like that, because there doesn't seem to be a game like that out. And I think if you call it Destruction Derby, again, like, you know, like reviving a lot of these games from years ago, but making them, like remaking them into modern games, I think it'll get like lapsed fans interested again, but it'll also, like, you know, it already has an established fan base, so like you don't have to start from scratch with a brand new game. Plus a lot of people, when they look at games, you know, if you don't recognize the name, it's like, no, don't bother, can't be bothered. And then number 3 then would be Parasite Eve. Again, I don't think they should I don't think they should keep the same game. I think they should do like did Resident Evil Remake, where make it a over-the-shoulder remake of Parasite Eve 2, but do it like a Dragon, where it's like the RPG elements are there. Don't make it like Resident Evil, like they did with Parasite Eve 2, where they made it too much like Resident Evil. Parasite Eve 1 was its own sort of game, good story, good characters in it, good dialogue. The dialogue's quite funny as well in it, and there's lots to do, and it's very Japanese. So if I think they remade that, but with the Resident Evil 2 engine, I think that'd be great. I know it's like it's Squaresoft that does it, but I think they could they made Parasite Eve into the Third Birthday, which was an over the shoulder shooter, but it was terrible. It wasn't very good at all. So I don't know, just make it like an RPG. Parasite Eve should be an RPG anyway, so. And then number 4 then is Dino Crisis. So Dino Crisis, what they could do was just make it, again, similar to what I said about Parasite Eve, was to make it like an over-the-shoulder, like Resident Evil 2 style remake. Or you could have Dino Crisis, where instead of killing the dinosaurs, you're trying to save them from like evil people that are trying to get the dinosaurs. So you can still have the dinosaurs, but instead of the crisis being the dinosaurs attacking people, the crisis will be saving the dinosaurs. So I think that would be a kind of an interesting update to the, you know, the kind of the genre. So instead of killing dinosaurs, which we seem to do all the time in games, can we not just like save them? I think that'd be good, and then call it Dino Crisis. Like Dino Crisis 3 was in space, and the dinosaurs weren't dinosaurs, they were robots. So yeah, I don't know, it's something like that I think would be very good. I'd buy it anyway, if it was saving the dinosaurs. If it's killing them, then forget about it. And then the last one then, this is I'm not sure if a lot of people know this game, but it's called Hell Knight. It's a first person run away from the big enemy game. Hell Knight was like, it was really weird. I remember playing it, and it's like, it's a first person dungeon game, dungeon crawler kind of. You've no weapons or anything, so you just sort of have to go to towns. It's in like, you're underneath a city in like the sewers, and it's a horror game, and you have to go into these towns, and there's different people, and they tell you different things, and then you have to run away from this this thing that's chasing you. And I don't remember getting very far in it, but I remember being like, it had a profound impression on me. So I think like a remaster of that game would be very good, but like with sort of elements from like Vampire, or elements from like the what is it called, Vampire the Masquerade, something like that, but way better. Vampire the Masquerade was terrible. Something like that, where it's kind of like set in the 1900s, whatever, and you're in the, it's sort of like it's not alternate Earth, it's like an underground civilization that's sort of like they're kind of monsters and stuff, but something like that. But kind of using the premise of Hell Knight as like not having much weapons, but kind of running away from, kind of like Alien Isolation, something like that. I think that'd be really good. So that's a few PS1 games that we could remake. Well, not me, obviously, the people that make them, those guys and girls in the video game industry. So let me know if you've got any PlayStation 1 games you think would be good for a remaster or remake. Let me know in the comment section below, or make your own video yourself and I'll watch it. So thanks for watching, appreciate you watching the end. I'll see you next video.